Y así arrancamos la primera parte del programa del día de la fecha. Así arrancamos el Es Esto, la fábrica del día de hoy, escuchando una gran banda como son los amigos de Mar y Celeste, que ya están conectados con nosotros en esta sección, en esta parte del programa en donde redebatimos, pensamos, redefinimos todo lo que tiene que ver con la industria de la música, una industria de la música que hace un puñadito de años nada más precisaba de aviones, de barcos, de cosas que transportaran cosas, porque así estaban hechas las cosas, y de todos esos cambios que hay en la actualidad, en la realidad es de que vamos a estar hablando ahora, y para eso nos nutrimos de diferentes diálogos, hablamos con músicos, hablamos con organizadores de festivales, con productores, y hoy nos vamos para Canadá para hablar con los amigos de Mar y Celeste. Raúl, mandale vos. Arranquemos con esto, que es una banda espectacular.
Impresionante. Sí, thanks for your time. We are live. We are going to start the interview. Sí, and I'm going to make a little translation for the Spanish listeners. We are really glad to meet you. It's incredible, the band. No, it's incredible for us to meet you.
I love your song, man. I love
your song. Thank you so much.
It's so we show it your songs to people in different countries. Manu is now living in Buenos Aires. I'm in Catalonia, and it's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's very kind of you.
So we are going to start with the interview. So please tell us your full name. Where are you from, and how old are you?
Okay, Simon Duchesne. I'm 23 years old, and I'm in Montreal right now with Phil as well.
Yeah, same goes. Same age, same place, but we come from a more rural part of Quebec. It's a small town called Alma, and yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, you are 23 years old, really?
Yeah.
Wow, with that kind of music, it's incredible. So, can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
Well, for me personally was we both actually have the same background in music, where we were in a school of singing school where we used to like sing together, and but like what made me want to start it was there was this I was really into the song Frère Jacques with the I don't know if it's I don't know how to translate it, but it's like a brother Jacques, and it's an old children's comptine, and it's a sing-along song. It was
for me, it was Elves Bells by AC/DC when I was like 3 years old. My dad used to put that shit in the car, and I just thought that the bells were amazing. So yeah, this started. I don't listen to it anymore, but it really did the trick when I was 3 years old.
When you were young, you were together in school. Which kind of music do you hear? And there were tribes, like the heavy metal tribe, the pop tribe, the electronic, or you were all mixed?
We were kind of all mixed, I think.
Yeah, I think we were coming from a very small town, so you know that they had no say like electronic cultures, you know, it was like more you did rock, metal, or pop, and we were like when we were kids it was more pop and rock, like those old vintage songs from the 60s.
We love the prog rock. We love prog rock. We love the Gentle Giant, all of that stuff. We were really into that.
Harmonium also, which was like one of the greatest progressive rock band in Quebec. But they also made like international reputation for the album they did. This was amazing.
But 20-minute songs, that was our thing at the time.
Yeah.
Wow, really.
Es el momento de comentarles que de 0 a 6 de la mañana en nuestra radio hay crowd rock. Es el momento de comentarlo.
We have in our radio, we have from midnight to 8 a.m. we have only crowd rock. So
that's cool. That's cool.
Yes,
it's fucking nice.
See, we really like that. But you are 23 years old. When you were you practically were born with internet. When you try to connect with music, how do you connect with progressive rock? When you were young,
it's gonna look weird, but I was really into vinyls. We were like very old school in our ways of discovering it, where we had these.
We had an old used shop in Alma, the old town we had, and like it was those old two-mans who were selling tons of progressive rock vinyls at like kind of a good price, you know. So, and it was basically like the 70s, you know. You would buy a vinyl and not really know about it and discover it, and
you look at the cover of the vinyl and you're like, oh my god, this, I don't know what yes is, but the covers are so great that I need to buy it and see what the music is all about.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had this old vision of discovering it.
Wow. Bueno, nos estaban contando, estamos hablando con dos miembros de la banda Marie Celeste, son de Quebec, pero vienen de un pueblo más rural que se llama Alma, y bueno, los dos se conocieron en el colegio, iban a este colegio, cantaban juntos, y bueno, nos enteramos acá que hay una onda de rock progresivo muy importante en la zona donde estaban ellos, porque había una tienda de discos, o sea, en donde había viejos vendiendo discos, y bueno, se juntaban mucho ahí y consumían. Yo le pregunté recién, porque ellos prácticamente tienen 23 años y prácticamente nacieron con internet, pero lo que dicen que no, al ser un pueblo chico, como que se juntaban en esa tienda y compraban vinilos, y había mucho rock progresivo. Dice que estaban mucho en el tema de las canciones de 8 minutos y todo ese tipo de cosas, y les impactaban las tapas de los discos, y bueno, iban y lo compraban porque estaban todo a un precio más o menos razonable. Nombraron a Gentle Giant, por ejemplo, bueno, y miles de bandas más, así que tremendo, o sea, vienen de un pueblo chico rural cerca de Quebec. And can you tell us which was your first instrument, and which was the first song that you learned?
I started with the violin very young, but it's the worst thing for a parent. Like, it's the worst thing for a child to start with, because you're bad for like 50 years, and it's like the worst song. Yeah, and but the first songs that I learned was I think it was it's a French song called J'irai au bout de mes rêves by what was the name of the guy? Jean-Jacques Goldman. It was a French song. I will go to the bottom of my dreams, I think. I don't know if it's in English.
For me, it was the piano. I learned it when I was very young, but it didn't stick to me because I had kind of a boring teacher. And then I had to relearn it when I was like 15 or 16. And it was a Pierre Lapointe song called Je déteste ma vie, I hate my life. It was, and it wasn't really, a realistic way of expressing my feelings at the time, but it was a very good song for just learning piano.
Beautiful background. Bueno, les estábamos preguntando cuáles fueron sus primeros instrumentos. Nos dijeron violín y piano, y aprendían canciones características, bueno, de la región en francés. Nos acaban de nombrar dos, y bueno, después siguieron con sus instrumentos. Y can you tell us, are there any places to study music for free, or you have to pay always?
It's pretty much always you always have to pay, but the reality of it is I learned majorly going on YouTube and learning chords, and Simon did the same. You know, we kind of democratic. It was there was no hierarchy to it. You know, we had people in the band have been to music school to learn and to go deeper into it. But I feel like if you have a certain idea and a certain taste for creativity or whatever, you can kind of decipher what is going to be good and what it's not going to be good, you know.
Perfect.
When you learn, by the feeling, it's a question of taste.
Yeah, we're still learning right now. I mean, we're discovering our instruments still. I think
there you go.
It's a lifelong journey.
I love what you say about learning with feelings. That is beautiful.
It's just feelings, yeah. There you go. What sticks is what is.
What is important. Perfect. Bueno, le pregunté si había lugares para aprender música gratuitamente o pago, y dice, bueno, que es todo pago, pero que, bueno, ellos son jóvenes, los que estábamos hablando antes, que aprendieron mucho con el tema de YouTube. Por ejemplo, aprendieron a hacer acordes, y lo que nos estaba comentando, que es muy interesante, que es la música a través de los sentimientos. Cuando uno aprende a través de los sentimientos, o sea, va directo a lo que le gusta, o sea, sentimientos y gusto van de la mano, y uno ya se enfoca directamente, va más directo a lo que le gusta. Muy bueno. Nunca había salido, Manu, lo de aprender a través de los sentimientos, y el sentimiento y el gusto que van pegados. Muy bueno. It's the first time that a musician talk about feelings when you're learning. That is really nice. That is really nice. And can you tell us which was your first concert, the first concert that you went?
The first concert that I went to, I think it was. I thought it was a while ago. I think it was a rendition of The Lion King on ice. It was really cool. So I was very young.
Really theatrical. Theater.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But it was cool. It was like, but there was singing in it. It was I'm really a fan of Broadway musicals and things like that. I think it started that in me, this kind of very
theatrical
vision of it,
research of it. Yeah.
And then Genesis with in a Prague way bring that kind of musical and theater in. I think I like the mixing of both.
Wow.
Yeah. It was for me. It was a Cirque du Soleil when I was 5 years old in like this big circus under a tent and everything. And it didn't learn me nothing about what I was going to become, but it was a very fun show nevertheless.
Manu, es otro tipo de cabeza. You are talking about really different things. We have a singer that she was in Cirque du Soleil. Then we are going to send to you. See, Croy is the name. She's from Canada.
Croy?
See.
Oh yeah, Croy. Yeah,
you know Croy?
Yeah.
See, we met her. She's really nice.
Yeah.
She's a really nice singer. Sí, beautiful singer.
Oh, nice. She does beautiful music.
Yes.
Really.
Increíble
really
lo que acaba. Mano, lo que acaba de pasar es increíble. For us it's incredible.
Sigamos.
Sí.
Oh, yeah.
Bueno, y lo que nos estaban contando que sus primeros shows, bueno, fue para Simon fue el Rey León en patín sobre hielo. Y bueno, para su compañero de banda fue el Cirque du Soleil. Así que bueno, hemos tenido una participante del Cirque du Soleil increíble. And can you tell us how did Marie Celeste begin and why you put that name?
It was there was a what is it called? There was
originally
what's the name?
We had to find a name for like a competition for like a song competition we had in high school.
Yeah.
And we had to find a name. And at the time, Simon was deep diving into like tons of stuff, mystery stuff that happened.
Legends and ghost stories and things like that. And there was a ghost ship that was the Marie Celeste in 1876. That there was an old legend, a Navy legend about a ghost ship. And I really liked the name and its stick. And I mean, but it's the kind of name you choose when you're 16 years old and you're like, oh, well, let's get a name. And now it's like we do the music we do and we have this name and it's, I mean, the name, it doesn't really mean anything.
It's kind of arbitrary.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like, it could be called Yo-Yo Bing Bong and it would be the name. And now it's like, it's what you do with it that creates what it means.
Yeah.
No, but I think it matches because you have a certain mystery in your songs.
Yeah.
No, because of the dynamics, you never know what is going to happen. So it's for me it matches. Sí, no, bueno, nos estaba contando.
Gran nombre, boludo.
Sí. Gran nombre, sí. We really like Manu too. He really like.
Thank you so much.
Nos estaba contando que Marie Celeste, bueno, arrancó, ellos estaban en el secundario, en la escuela secundaria, y para un festival de música, para un show de música, para, ¿cómo se llama? Festival, no, Manu, cuando hacen competencia de música, algo así, necesitaban un nombre, y bueno, Simon acá estaba en las partes mitológicas de leyendas, y es un barco fantasma de Canadá, bueno, que tiene todo un misterio alrededor, y bueno, y Marie Celeste es uno de los, era el capitán o algo así de un barco fantasma, o el barco se llamaba así, chequenlo que está en internet en todos lados. And in 2015 you released your first singles, Rainbow Bridge and Stone Cold Love. How was the recording process of that two first singles?
The Rainbow and Stone Cold Love. I think this is another band, and this is another Marie Celeste that used.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, I know, it's okay. It's okay, but this band exists. No, it's okay, but it's indeed we have the same name, and then there's been some mixed up, and it's.
Sorry.
Okay. No, we get it sometimes as well.
Well, we had the two first singles we did was like Elle vit dans les bois and Maison Monde, and this was
perfect.
Like but we did it in the same recording. It was the first time we recorded something, and it was really comment on dit surstimulant, genre.
It was
overwhelming, you know, to be in a studio space and for the first time and to get the idea to it. But you know, we learned along the way that when you're in the studio, you're mostly making like the basic and just like the structure of the song, and afterwards everything you hear that is kind of bubbly and going around the main structure of the song is just, you have a lot more time to do that, to have those little small ideas that make a song a little bit greater. So but we learned along the way.
Sorry for this. Those ideas came after or before?
It comes after.
After.
Yeah, it comes after you have like the simple structure of the song, and then you can build to it. Add frequency, low end, high end, and everything. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, do you have any composition process?
It's very like we're three composers in the band. There's me, there's Phil, there's Zach, which is not here at the moment. He went to get groceries, but we're three composers. Sometimes somebody will bring the song might be complete, the song might be half done. Somebody else will bring his parts of a song to finish it, and lyrically wise, it's me and Phil who writes most of the lyrics after the song is made.
Yeah, so it's always melodies first, and then lyrics after.
We feel like it makes for the most catchy songs, of course, because it's based in rhythm, in groove, and
it's rooted more in melodies and punches than just this.
You have your own rehearsal place?
Yeah,
we have a small studio in Montreal, and we just came from a residency for creation for the next album, and like we allowed ourselves to have like 4 days, all the band together in a outside environment, just to get new songs out.
So there's new music incoming.
We are changing our ways of building songs together. We are like kind of modulating the way we see our collaboration through the years, because we're getting more experience. Everybody has a greater idea of the place they have in the band. So, as time progresses, it's really easier to build a song in a satisfactory way. It's just sometimes it just oozes out.
Sometimes, sorry the question, but sometimes the things go different, because the more time you are together, the harder it is to make a song, because you fight. You don't have that kind of problems.
Oh, no, not at all.
I mean, we get stuck, there's been a couple of songs, like one of the songs we're going to make for the next album. It's been 5 years since we've been trying to
make that song,
but it never comes out the way we want to do it. It's always it's never believable, and we found a way like 2 weeks ago.
That is because of the taste?
It's just taste, because in the end, it's a song, it can be heard and it can be appreciated, but it's not the way we want to do it.
Yeah, and also you need to listen to the song, and sometimes it's a puzzle as well. You're like, okay, you do it with a voice and a guitar, or with a voice and a piano, and it sounds great, but then you add your band, so you need to add instruments, or you try to find a way to add the instruments in a good way to make it fit, and it's where sometimes the puzzle is like, okay, how do I make it fit for 5 people? Because sometimes some songs are going to be maybe better off with just guitar and a voice, or with piano and a voice. And
the hardest thing in a song is when you find the song in its simple way, it's good, and you need to believe that it's going to be good at the end of the process. But while it's good at the beginning and while it's good at the end, the middle part is the most fucked up way of like believing in your song, because it's never really satisfactory.
And I think in the last year, the thing we've discovered about the band and ourselves most was to try to kill the ego as much as possible. Like there's some songs with the bottom line of some songs will be, well, it's gonna be the best version will be piano and a voice for some songs. It's gonna be like, but it's to be like, okay, well, we're a band, but we don't need to be playing all of the time. Everybody, and it's like it's that we're more at the we're helping the song be good, and we are like just there as some kind of instrument for it to work. It's to leave the ego at the house and be like, well, if I don't need to play, then I don't play. So it's
for me, it's really interesting to listen to you, because I think that you know what is complex, but you don't make it complex. That is beautiful. It's like we know that a song, to write a song is blah blah blah, and it's really abstract, blah blah blah, but we can make it. See, it's everything about the taste. I love what you're saying. It's really interesting. And you're working in a new album, on a new album. And when do you decide when the song has to stop? The creative process. It's done.
I think it's not.
Don't
done
tell me when
the...
I like it. Don't tell that.
When I like it.
Yeah. Could be as simple as that, but you know, there's a. I think in the last album we really did. We might have pushed it too far on some songs, because the reality is when you have the means to add something else, you might want to add something else, but it's not necessary. And I think for the next album, we're gonna more operate in a central way of adding things to the song till it's done.
More diegetic in the sense that it's like the song is. We try to work as much as possible in help of the song itself.
There you go.
And to make it shine. And it's but I think we know when it's ready, when it's and I think sometimes even the song comes out, like the single comes out or the album comes out, and we still work on the song after it, because it's a moving. I think a song is always going to be a very abstract thing where. Like the best version of it might be one time at a show we do like one time. It's like, okay, we added.
So there's no just one recipe to knowing when the song is done. I think each song demands its own special things, and I don't think we know when it's done. You know.
Yeah, I don't think even us.
I don't think we've put our finger on it exactly where we should end the song, because I think each song could be ended later or sooner in our discography.
For me, it's a completely surprise what you're talking about, because young people is like, no, we want to be in Spotify, the videos are like this, blah blah blah. You talk only about the song, and I love that. And I love that. Sí, es tremendo.
I agree with that.
No dijeron nada, Manu, I'm talking with Manu in Spanish. No dijeron nada de lo obvio. You don't go for the obvious thing. You know, it's like, no, I have a 3-minute song, I want to be in a Spotify, the listener says that. Why you decide that?
Well, I mean,
I think, you know, the first thing we did, the first single we did, Elle vit dans les bois, you know, we were unknown in the Quebec public, and the song was great enough for us to very quickly have a certain reputation of what we did, you know. And this was entirely due to the quality of the song, you know.
Yes, it speaks for itself.
And what we did after that was just always bet on the quality of the song, because that's, you know, you can have a great marketing plan and a great music video and a great personal style and whatever creative direction you want to do. If the songs are not good, you're not gonna make it, you know. That's at the bottom line is this, and we have people that are now backing us and who need to have the mindset of like, okay, well, we're gonna try to put this song on this playlist and try to publicize it this way, and this is their job, and it's great. The business part of it is more
concentrate ourselves on making the music as best as it can be, and that's great. We're happy about that.
We have the chance to talk with a lot of people from many countries, and for example, the older people says, no, I hate social medias because I have to spend a lot of time, or the young people say, I love Instagram because I can show my music, and you're like in the middle of that. I love what you're saying, but I have to ask.
Thank you, Raul.
Say no. It's really what we are a completely free radio. We can say whatever you want, so it's honest. This is honest. See, but no, and I have to ask you something. Why did you decide to sing in French?
Well, I mean, we're from Canada. We're a French band. We feel like it's. I feel like it would be like this would be lying to the people around us if we were like singing in English.
Wow.
This wouldn't be.
Wow.
And we don't necessarily have any plans of going outside of the world we're in right now. And if people outside of Canada resonate with the music that we do, even though it's French, that's great. And because we listen to music that's not French, that's not English, we listen to all sorts of music from everywhere in the world, and we don't really necessarily care about the languages they speak in, as long as the music's great, it speaks for itself. So I feel like speaking in French was just came and made sense at the time and still does.
I have to ask now.
I have a question, Raúl.
Sí, última, Manu, es muy interesante porque son súper claros. You have one direction, and I don't want to fight, no, with something. And you can separate the artist from the art, or you think that the art and the artist are together? Michael Jackson.
That's a good question. Well, I think it depends on the case, really. There's some situations where the artist is, like, there's some crazy cases of people who are really, really shitty people. But
I think in a way it's intricate. You know, you can't really separate the art from the artist. I don't think you can.
But I mean, in some cases, I will not agree with an artist's views, like may it be political, but still find qualities and virtues in the art that came out, even though it's a completely different views than mine, and I'll still consume it and be able to. Well, sometimes.
And art in a way is supposed to challenge your views and how you perceive the world, and how, like, you know, if it's not morally right, it's, you know, it brings a certain strength to it also. You know, it's not completely bad or completely.
Yeah. But like, if the artist is a serial killer, I will have a hard time separating the artist from the art.
There's limits to it.
Michael Jackson is the perfect example for that. Thanks. You are on the perfect way. We love what you're saying. Manu, tenías una pregunta, perdón, pero la quería tirar para moverlo, y si no se mueven. Muy bueno.
No, básicamente, what can you tell us about your drum? How you manage the drum, the rhythm part? Because all the songs have a very strong rhythm part, but it's slow. It's very. How do you manage that?
The rhythmic part, you know, Guillaume, which is our drummer, is one fantastic drummer. You know, he went to university in jazz, so in a technical way, there's nothing he can't do. You know, he's always able to figure something out, and what he really wants to do is create some complicated parts for simple songs. You know, and it's always in a way where it doesn't seem really complicated. It just comes out in a way, a beautiful way. And we have a fantastic bassist, which is also a genius composer. So, you know, the harmonic and rhythmic way of doing it is just always intricate. And those two guys, you know, they live together for a very long time. So it's always very locked in. Yeah. And we had a sound engineer for the majority of what we did in the last album, which was a very dedicated sound engineer who wanted to make drums not like they sounded in Quebec. Yeah, he worked tremendously in the Quebec industry and knew how a drum was supposed to sound in the Quebec industry, and had a specific opinion on how he didn't want to sound like a Quebec drum. Yeah. So each song has a different drum, different tuning, different way, different plugins. So it's always, you know, the drum never really resembles itself from one song to the other. Sometimes it's fucking heavy, like in Feu de Joie. Sometimes it's more toned down, like in Elle vit dans les bois. You know, each song needs a different drum in our way of doing it.
But yeah, like we said earlier, it's a silent beast in the sense that he could be doing something way more complicated stuff, but he tones it down. Like, it's knowing that you can go there and like just tone it down to match the vibe of the song.
No, I think that you know where you want to go. That is perfect. Ellos saben a dónde ir. Es tremendo, Manu.
Thank you. Thank you.
¿Alguna otra pregunta o vamos bien?
No, yo estoy para cerrar, la verdad, es increíble.
Sí.
Sí.
La tiene muy clara.
Porque no sé si estoy hablando con el guitarrista, de la banda.
Sí. We want to know, Manu is a guitar player. We want to know something about the sound of the guitar. Can you explain the sounds of the guitar? Where did that sound came from?
You mean from LV or like because it changed on?
Yeah.
LV was there's a 3-part guitars in it where there's some 12 strings. There's Zach and Oli did
arpeggios.
Yeah, the arpeggios the whole way through, and acoustic guitars. And at the end we added for purely textural we have a Fender. We have a Fender Strat with there's a
very heavy distortion.
Distortion, but just for textures in the background. So yeah, it's but sometimes
each guitar is used for different momentum, because like when there's a climax in El Vida de Bois, we will tune in like a 12 strings, but just for like 2 phrases, just to help momentum. And we really see in the last album we saw instruments as a way of using momentum and segueing different sections of songs, so it's never like there's never one main character except the voice for the instrumental part. So but Zachary is the guitarist is a very creative guitarist for textural, the solo guitars we have. So and with the set of pedals he has, he's not like a gear maniac. He doesn't have like tons of pedals. He just uses his guitar in a way that serves the song,
and he's very he's not into we like to see each instrument as more of a textures, like and there's not a lot of solos in the album either, in the sense that we don't try to have guitars sound like normal guitars when it's electric guitars and things in that sense, but we try to view it really more orchestral way, as if we can put it that way, in the sense that it's like more of a where everything will fit together.
You blow my mind, man. You blow my mind.
No, you blow our minds. No, we are just running out of time. Manu,
por favor, lo último, preguntarle si en vivo hacen las canciones tal cual el disco o se animan a la improvisación.
Sorry that we are running out of time. We are going to meet you again and talk for 1 hour or 2 hours because it's really interesting what you're saying. Please. No, we keep in touch and we are going to talk with you again. And just the last question: when you play live, you are trying to get the sound of the album, or you change some things?
Live is it's a different beast all around, in the sense that I think that some of the songs on the album are slower and more slow, and it's great like that. But I feel like for a live set, what's cool is to be able to give the audience a good punch of energy, whether they like it. I think every audience likes to have. We try to make them more dynamic.
Live sets are an opportunity to also actualize our relationship with the songs, because sometimes we get those songs for it's been 3 or 4 years since we've done it, so how do you keep it exciting for us, when we play it? And it gives it interesting results, because we don't sing it the same from one show to the other. We improvise, and in that improvisation, when we get to the studio, all those good ideas has kind of been research and development for how we want to tone a song.
But I feel like for a live,
it's all circular,
Exactly. Now we understand. Wow.
Yeah, but for live shows,
I hope you come to Argentina, because I wanna saw that.
Next album we're gonna come.
Or maybe in a week, we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Play here, please.
Increíble. Thank you very much for your time. We are going to meet you again when you have your next album, or when you want, and we are going to talk for an hour and fight about music. I'm a heavy metal fan, so we can fight about everything. really, we really appreciate it. No, increíble, increíble. Sí, es increíble.
Thank you for the invitation.
It's been a great pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are going to send you the interview, and thanks to you. And we keep in touch. It's incredible to talk with you. Bye bye.
Keep in touch.
Thank
you guys.
Bye.
Have a very good night.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Sur la mer, les Steinway, blanc coquet, sur la mer, résonne au son du boulevard des bars qui se roule des pétards.
L'été recommence, mais se fait attendre. Il arrive 3h15, mais tu sais pas pourquoi.
Des moments d'absence